Hi guys! A lot of cars disappear every year, and not because they get stolen. It's hard to believe, but every single year, a lot of cars gets abandoned just about anywhere. Forests, shopping malls, parking lots, you name it. People forget their cars in most peculiar places, and sometimes even expensive and super rare cars are found in garbage, quite literally. So let's have a look at them, shall we? A guy by the name Tom Velmers got his 1955 Mercedes-Benz from his parents as a humble present. He was driving that marvelous car up until the point when transmission started acting funny. In the early 70s, he let the car rest in his garage where it spent the next 40 years. Over the course of that long period of time, the car got buried under the piles of garbage and old computers. It took them 2 days to dig it up. After they finally got to it, it turned out it wasn't just a regular 300 SL. It was, in fact, a rare, lightweight body version with pixel glass mirrors and reinforced brakes. It was decided to restore the car. Now it is very likely that the beauty will be sold at an auction for over $1 million. Laws in Dubai are very strict, which is why immigrants often leave their cars with keys and credit cards inside and get the hell out of the country. Just take a look at this abandoned Ferrari Enzo. It costs over $1 million, and it shows just how strict the rules are in Dubai. The owner of this car is an English gentleman. He received a couple of massive speeding tickets and thought it would be wiser to just get the hell out. After a while, the car was confiscated by the police. Legend has it that this rare Dodge was bought in the 70s by a judge from Alabama as a gift for his wife. The lifeline of this vehicle is a mystery, but it was found in 2015 in the same state and in the same neat condition. It looked just like on the photographs. This Daytona is a special Charger version, and there are only 503 of these in existence, probably less now. With a 7-liter engine inside, it used to be a NASCAR legend. The Dodge found its way to Meckham auctions with a starting price of $150,000. It's in great condition, and it has one very distinctive characteristic: a huge wing in the back. What you see isn't just some Rolls-Royce Phantom. It's a very rare Centurion version. It's one of a kind, actually. It was built for some really wealthy businessman from Las Vegas. Sometime later, it was sold to Russia, where it was found and photographed in a ditch near some railroad. So it looks like it's a big mystery what happened there, but it's a pretty bummer situation considering how rare this car is. This Lamborghini Miura was bought by a Greek ship baron Aristotle Onassis for Stamatis Kokotas in 1969. It wasn't an easy life for a supercar because the owner was a big rally fan. After a couple of crazy races in 1972, the engine got worn off. They took the engine off and sent it to Lamborghini Fabric to fix it. The car was left at the Hilton parking lot in Athens. The owner seemed to have lost all interest in the vehicle and decided not to pay Lamborghini for the fix. The wonderful Lamborghini Miura stayed at the parking lot for over 30 years. When it was finally put for an auction in 2012, the starting price was $483,000. This $1.5 million Bugatti Veyron is one of the most expensive cars in the world, and it's also one of the fastest supercars in existence. Although some Russian owner didn't seem to think about it much. When some Aston Martin kissed his ass in the middle of the street, the guy just left it there and never came back to pick it up. In North Carolina, abandoned vehicles is a common thing. Often, those are rare and expensive. So it's not surprising at all that after several interesting findings, car enthusiasts keep coming to North Carolina hoping to find new interesting models. A wonderful DeLorean DMC-12 was found in the woods. It was hiding amidst vegetation and got all covered with leaves and dirt. The owner never showed up. Nobody knows what made him leave the car in the forest. This gorgeous Ferrari was found in a garage in North Carolina where it spent 27 years. The garage was standing near an abandoned house that was set for demolition. Imagine the surprise on the workers' faces when they found two rare and very expensive vehicles inside. One was Ferrari 275 DB4. When the car was discovered, its price revolved somewhere around $4 million. A very rare and expensive 1967 Shelby Cobra 427 was also found there. By the way, when they cleaned them up, it turned out they were in almost perfect condition. Soon after the cars were discovered, they were put for an auction. You may not believe this, but there's a very old park in the Chinese city of Chengdu, where some people left 2 Bentleys, 2 Land Rovers, 3 Mercedes-Benz, and a motorcycle. But those are not the only abandoned vehicles out there. It seems like there are over 200 different cars on that godforsaken parking lot. Looks like the most notable of them is Bentley Continental GT. Most of the cars that were left there are somehow connected to crimes, and their owners can't come back to pick them up. Also, there's one more car that seems pretty interesting. It is Bentley Flying Spur. Both Bentleys cost about $400,000. It's quite sad that all those cars are just there without use. The weirdest thing is that the number of abandoned cars is growing every month. This stunning 1937 Bugatti once belonged to Earl Howe, the British Racers Club president. Later on, the two-door beauty was owned by a couple of other guys, until it finally found peace in the Harold's Cars garage in Newcastle. It was resting there since the 60s. The car was found back in 2007. The Atalante version is different from those other 57s. It's got aluminum body panels and a solid windshield. The car was sold at Bonham's in 2009 for $4.4 million. There were only 37 Ferrari 250 GT SWB California Spider in existence. Each had 3-liter V12 engine with 3 carburetors. Ferrari 250 tend to be rather pricey, and California Spider is no exception. Some unknown collector bought the car for $18.5 million at Retromobile auction. What's interesting about this California Spider is that it's got quite a history. For instance, Alan Delon used to have one just like that. Not all Jaguar cars are fast, but the Jaguar XJ220 is an exception. It's hard to believe, but it seems like the maximum speed of this guy is 350 km/h, enough to raise up your hair. The car appeared on the market in 1990s, and even today this kind of speed seems crazy for most car lovers. So that's quite rare for those years. XJ220 used to be considered one of the fastest cars in the world, and it's very rare too. There were only 275 of these made. This particular car was left in the desert in Qatar. Bugatti, Bentley, Ferrari, Lotus, Porsche. These are the types of cars that require care and attention. Unfortunately, in Hong Kong, they don't seem to care about these types of cars. Parking lots in Hong Kong are kind of pricey. It's like a flat rent in New York or Moscow. So a lot of people there don't own cars. Or if they do, they sometimes just leave them on the streets because they can't keep up with the upkeep. Later on, the cars are all brought to dumps where they meet their final doom. Not so long ago, Lotus Esprit was spotted at one of those junkyards near Hong Kong. Imagine that. Aston Martin DB4 is a rare one. At one point in history it was upgraded to DB5, but the classic DB4 is an absolute icon. They started producing these in the late 50s and stopped making them in 1963. Over the course of that period of time, over 1,000 cars were made. The minimal cost of a car like that is no less than $500,000. So what would you say if you saw this car left in a forest? That's exactly what happened. Somebody found Aston Martin DB4 in a forest in Massachusetts. Rumor has it that it spent there 50 years. Unfortunately, old Father Time did a lot of damage to the car. Nevertheless, the car was restored and sold at an auction for $500,000. A very interesting collection was found in the west part of France in 2014. It belonged to Roger Bayon, and it consisted of 100 very rare cars. One of the most interesting ones was 1925 Bugatti Brescia. The guy bought it in 1953, and by the time they found it, it looked pretty okay. They put it up for sale last year. Some dude bought it for $830,000. Alright guys, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Press the like button and share this video with your friends. See you next time.